Hey folks, we have a little bit of update coming up for the controller. It probably by the second company is sending us a controller probably in a week and a half to test, and that's the second company, so the controller look a little bit different from the one I gave you. The picture of it is probably a little bit longer, and it's got two large capacitors on it. That's pretty much the same board. I can't see beside having two capacitors be a little longer. Cross our finger, hopefully that will arrive here so I'll be able to do the test. But there's a lot of people, they asking me, you know, when I put my website out, I've been holding the website so we don't, you know, till we test everything out. We just got some communication with one of the factory we're dealing with in China, and is the one who built a power supply. And now they're ready to go for an order, because they have to set up a manufacturer, you know, so they can actually start pulling those things in large quantity. And now they're ready to go. They says, you know, if we want to do that, we can start doing that. The only thing is, we're going with low number manufacturers. Our price is not that great, but it's a start somewhere. I cannot, you know, I have to be able to get the price we're getting at. I have to get at least 500 order. So we'll see how that was. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put the website out, and on our website it will be what you can order on the website already, like the drums, the adapter, stuff like this. We'll have all the information on our website, and you can order from that website. And some will be only the address, because we don't want to on the drum. I'm not manufacturing or selling it or whatever. I didn't design that, so we're going to give you the website where you can buy it directly, and the right one, the one with the iron inside the bolt pattern, so it's nice and solid. So I'm just going to cut it short, and what we're going to do is I'm going to grab the camera, and I'm going to explain all the parts we're going to be putting up in the website. And then people will be able to, some of them you're going to have a choice between portable or cabinet mount, and I will explain that in a minute. So let's get that thing started, so I can explain what you're going to see on the website, and you know, and then you guys can make up your mind if you want the what do you call that, the cabinet mount system, or just portable, so you can sit on a table or a shelf or whatever, right? So it's up to the individual, you know, to figure that out. So let me reset, and we'll walk you through all the unit. All right, we're going to start with a stator, right? And what I mean is got steel, as you see there, and the bolt pattern is the whole thickness of the stator goes through the bolt pattern, so there's no way you can rip that off for extreme torque and stuff like this, right? So we'll have that on the website where to get that drum. That's a really nice thick drums. You could use that drum for many purposes. It's very strong, and you will find out. But like right now, we're doing is just for running the 10K generator and a 25K and Israel. And then we have the kit. Now the kit is 3 bolts, and all cap screws, and they have to be all metric. So you will have 6 bolts for the stator, 3 bolts for the hubs for mounting your drum, because that's how it looked like. Really well done. Actually, my landlord is doing that. So we'll put that's for Canada. You know, for North America, if you want to, you know, I'll have his website for him to do that, because this only fit. I mean, like, you know, the hub can fit in many different, with 1-inch shaft, whatever. But whatever you can order from him, if you tell him it's a different generator, you're going to have to send the schematic of the generator for the shaft and the front flange, so he can actually do a AutoCAD on it to be able to manufacture. But it comes out with a spacer, comes out with the hubs. The hub doesn't need a QAs, because the way we did it, the 2 set screw are machined, and they go down the groove of the shaft, and those two set screws plenty for turning a 25 kV generator, no problem. Then we go back to, of course, the generator I use is the Arbor generator from the States, very cheap head, but you know, for the beginner it makes sense to use that if you're in the States, because it only costs like under $300 to buy this generator. So if everybody want to do a startup, that would be a good idea. You have to work a little bit on it. I had to reset the bearing on the shaft because the shaft was way too tight in the bearing, and it was making the bearing scream all the time. So fix that, and that's working all right. Now and we're not going to have that on our website. That's, you guys can do your own thing on the generator, but everybody knows that thing. I've been showing that. Now the power supply, the company gave us the power supply, the manufacturer power supply. As you can see, mine is all Chinese. This is the prototype, right? But that's what it would look like, and that's a 500 amp output at 5 amp, and it's fairly light. It looks big because the box is made to fit in the cabinet, as I can show you right now. If you want a cabinet to put your power supply, and also you will have a choice of the UPS. Now the UPS, as you can see there, is open, but what's happening is you can order the same UPS, just the same style as the power supply, so they both can fit in your little desk there. So I mean, everything can be locked, and this kind of keeps everything out of the way. You can put extra fan. Is room for, as you can see on the top, for extra fan to bring, either sucks the air out of here, right, as much as possible. Now the power supply will come with a 2 years manufacturer warranty, but it's very easy to burn power supply, and that doesn't mean that's the fault of the factory. Is wrongdoing of our fault. I burned 3 power supply already, so I have a little bit of experience. The battery, we're not going to bring it out because it costs too much in transportation, and you need a special license from China, because you can buy the battery here, you know, to run your UPS. You know, it's no problem to buy those things here. So you can order that especially from the States. There's tons of batteries there. You can order brand new battery, and they're very affordable. Okay, so that's about all the stuff so far we're going to put on it, but you're going to see the website. My friend did an excellent job on the website, so I'm going to give you a better look at this one here. Here it shows you when you're not on the battery. There's a digital screen there, and it will show you everything what that UPS does, and when she's off power or whatever, right? It's a commercial UPS. They're made to run 24/7. That one is a 2800 watt UPS, so it's not a small UPS, and it's got a very variable voltage. I mean, the voltage, I think, can go down from 80 to 260. You don't have to worry about plugging 120, 220. I mean, 220 single phase, or you know, or 110. It takes all type of currents, all the way up from 80 volt to 260 or 240, I believe. And it will always put out the same voltage, so it's a very high quality. So the only thing I don't like is the price of that, but we will see. If we can bring more than 500 units a month, then the price will go down, because then they're going to give me a better price at manufacturer. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do there, and we're gonna be able to so if people, they want to start to order some of the stuff, then they can do it. So hope for the best, right? And there again, this one here, the kit, that's for North America, not for Asia or Europe. So we have another, it's going to be another website for Asia, because they're going to manufacture there. So I'm just taking care of people who want to manufacture here. So I got my neighbor, you know, he wanted to give it a shot, so we'll do it, and he does an excellent job. I mean, the man is a tool and die maker, so you can tell, you can see how the clearance and all that is excellent. So, all right, folks, let me put that back. So that's about what we have right now for the now the generator. The one we're using in Israel right now. They're available for all over the world. So we will have the what we call that. We will have the address, and we will have the site for for those generators also, I believe. But hopefully this year will go down in price. I mean, the power supply, it's just a start, but they have to custom build those things so they can run 24/7. You can buy some power supply with about 360 volt, 380 volts, but they will be the size. It will be that size, so nice, but you cannot run it 24/7. I mean, this is what the problem is. We can't run those 24/7, so that's why they have to be a little bit bigger, and they have more cooling system in it. That one has got 1, 2, 3. Now that one's got 2 good sized fan. So I mean, I can also push the air right through the heat exchanger. So it's that's where the money is. If we don't have the 500 volt, then we're having a problem. That's what, because those drums are big. They require quite a bit of volt to get it up to speed. So, but that's it, folks. Hopefully, the people will be interested of starting up. You got to start somewhere. The control is coming, but you have to understand, when we go, we need 500 unit order, so the company can start, and then it takes about 2 weeks before we have a turnover. And also those machines, every time they get built, they have to be plugged at full load on it for 48 hours. So that's 2 days to run at full load to make sure they have any problem whatsoever. So they have to have, when they come, they're going to come to you. That's mean they've been tested for 48 hours at full load. So that's the best you can do for the electronic. If it doesn't blow up right away, normally it will last, and that's what we got 2 years warranty from the factory on it. So there you go, folks. We'll start this thing slowly, and we'll see how fast we can. Maybe in 2 weeks from now, I'll be able to lube this thing up and show you how that works. So we'll take it from there. So you guys have a good day, and let's see what happens.